Alright, so I just wanted to shoot this video because I've had so much stuff happen in my life. You know, I'm in a third world country right now. I've, learned so much about myself, personal development, learning from other people, right? I've gotten some recognition, some awards that didn't even think was possible, right? So I just wanted to break down everything that's been going on in my life, and I just feel like I could really just help someone who's in a rough spot right now, who doesn't have any self-belief, and start to rewire their brain into believing themselves, into achieving certain things that you want, right? Becoming that man that you can be proud to see in the mirror. And it first starts off with your mindset, right? I have been in multiple debates regarding if you can control your thoughts or not. Most people not aligning with the version that they are currently wanting to be at, and I feel like that's why they don't see the true value behind being able to control the thoughts that run in your mind, right? If you have control over your mind, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that can really stop you. Because most of the time, your biggest enemy is not your opposition, right? It's not society. It's your own self, it's your thoughts. And if you can start to rewire your brain and to start believing, and if anything, start to visually see it and know if you continually put that action in, you can get it, you will start to get closer and closer to the things that you want and become, again, that person that you desire. But it all starts in your mind. Every single day, I feed myself positive thoughts. I feed myself self-positive thoughts or talk that I can go and achieve anything that I want. And that's helped me get from a place that I used to live in my car, have no money in my bank account, hate who I saw in the mirror, to someone who is now, many people don't know this, I have a job, but I'm the top rep at my job. I just got a promotion. I'm the employee of the quarter and got recognized in front of our employee our owner, who's probably one of the most wealthiest owners in California, because of my mindset, because I work on myself more than I work on my job. You have to understand, the more personal development you put into yourself, the better results, the better your life will be. It all starts within yourself. If your mindset's on point, if your body's on point, if your mentality is on point, if your spirituality is on point, everything else in your life is gonna correlate to that, right? Most people wanna work harder on their job than themselves. That's only gonna get you so far. If you work on your mindset, if you work on the things that you can control, the results will control themselves, right? I feel like and a big thing that is for me is competence breeds confidence, right? I'm not the biggest guy at all, standing 5'7", but I've put so much work into myself, yet I'm not the tallest guy. I have so much confidence. I know who I am, right? There's nobody that can tell me what I can and can't do, because I've rewired my brain, because I've put so much work into myself. I believe myself. No matter what the odds are, I am still willing to pursue that goal, even if 1% of the world gets even close to that goal, because of the confidence, right? I've showed up early. I've been a man of my word. I've put myself through uncomfortable situations. I've been able to prosper and keep going because I've put myself in these situations, my back against the wall, knowing if I don't make it through, I can't call myself this individual that's undeniable that I like to call myself, right? And what I'm getting to in this video is it just all starts in your mind. You have to slowly, day by day, put yourself through uncomfortable situations. I woke up at 4 a.m. for over a year, for over 365 days with no days off. I worked out for a whole year, 400 days plus, with no days off. I ran a marathon with no sort of training, just to prove to myself and my mind that I could achieve these certain things. So why should I not have confidence? Why should I not have reassurance that I can go after the things that I want, right? It only starts when you start to believe in yourself. Results only start to happen when you continually put action, yet if you don't see the results, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been very stagnant when it comes to content, because I've been trying to build myself in real life and have results before I get on the camera and be like, this is what you need to do. This is how you're gonna achieve it. When it's like, hold on, Brandon, you haven't even achieved it yourself, right? So that's why I haven't been that persistent with content, but I know in the back of my mind, I need to get back into it. And that's why I'm making this video, right? I'm reaping the results. Being in Turks and Caicos, enjoying this. But it's funny because I had one of my co-workers text me because I've been working a lot and my mind just runs and just like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I can't let my foot off the gas, right? Even if I'm on vacation. He was texting me, he's like, bro, you're in Turks and Caicos, enjoy it. You're working, you're like killing it right now. What are you doing? And it's like, once you put yourself in this mentality, like I gotta go and get it and I believe in myself, even if you're on vacation, if you're a fucking dog and want it as bad as you want to breathe, even on vacations, you're going to find a way to make it happen. I'm in a different country. I should be having my feet up, relaxing, but I'm making content. I'm working out every single day. I'm not drinking, right? I'm not partying. I'm trying to progress because I'm on this grind to make myself the best version that I can and uplift other men to start to believe in themselves, to start to help build their traits and skill sets so they can get to the same results, right? And you just have to start day by day, right? You just have to start one day and then just follow up, and just follow up the next day, and follow up the next day. There's been so many days where I want to quit. There's been so many days where I don't see the light. There's been so many days where I don't even believe in myself, but it's action that helps me persevere through these internal thoughts. But it's action that helps me not get derailed off when people tell me it's not possible. It's action that breeds the confidence, right? Competence breeds confidence, but it all starts in your mind. It all starts in here, and it's probably the hardest hurdle you're gonna have to overcome. But a big thing that attributed to me having confidence is just having a mindset that, again, I'm going to make it happen, is journaling. Such a big advocate for journaling, and most people will be like, oh, that's feminine, that's only for girls. When I journaled my internal dialogue, I started to see what was going on in my mind. I became more aware of my thoughts. Even if it was negative or even if it was positive, now I can change the direction. Now I can pinpoint, okay, when I'm going through this stage, it's all negative. Why is that? And start to deepen and start to understand myself more so, right? When you can be more self-aware, now you allow yourself more, the ability to grow more so, right? If you're not aware, how can you grow? So that's what really helped me. How was it?
So good.
It was good?
Yeah.
But that's a big thing for me, journaling. Really being more self-aware of the man you want to become. Because if you look at every action that you're taking, you can ask yourself this question that's going to help you so much more. Are my actions on a daily basis leading to success, leading to the goals that I want, helping me get closer to that man or woman that I desire, or farther away? Right? Just being more self-aware. So hopefully on this video, you've started to understand it's your mindset that you need to rewire to help you and build and mold yourself into that version. It's understanding yourself more so, your internal dialogue, right? What's going on in your mind, no matter if you're going through a negative or no matter if you're going through a hardship or not. And it's being more self-aware. Those three aspects have helped me build myself into the man that used to be overlooked, right? And now I have eyes looking at me in every action that I take, every decision that I take, because I started to work on myself, right? I got in shape because I started to work on myself. I hated who I saw in the mirror. Guys, I need you guys to understand I'm not the biggest individual. I used to despise who I saw in the mirror. I used to not have a physique. I used to not have confidence. I used to not be self-assured in myself. I used to be scared of women. But I put so much work into myself and built myself into the man because I started to control my thoughts, because I started to put action instead of complaining, because I started to rewire my internal dialogue and tell, instead of negativity, positivity, that I can do certain things, that I can achieve that goal. But it started with building myself into that figure. It started with action, right? You just scrolling all day, you just complaining all day is not getting you any closer, right? You are the dictator of your life. You ultimately are. Because if you wanted something as bad as you wanted it, you would find a way. You would find a way. You wouldn't make excuses. So stop complaining, stop pointing fingers, and find a fucking way. Life is not supposed to be all flowers and daisies. It's not supposed to be easy. Life is built through hardships. Life is supposed to be hard because you learn more about yourself through hardships. You understand what it takes to win, right? The difference between a winner and a loser is a winner and loser, they both lose. But the winners have this mentality that they're gonna use the losses as the stepping stones to get better, to understand why they lost. So now, again, being more self-aware, they have the room to grow, to not lose again. They learn from their hardships. They learn from those lessons that didn't work out in their favor and use it as momentum to get better. And that's the same thing that I have done in my life. Every aspect growing up. I was born with a disadvantage, being shorter in stature, had a speech impediment, was scared of girls, overlooked my whole life. But instead of blaming other people, I used that as the fuel to get better. Instead of blaming other people, I took action. Instead of feeling bad for myself, I learned more about myself to understand why I'm feeling like this and allowed myself to grow, right? Again, you are the dictator of your life. And every decision that you make can help you get steps closer to that goal that you desire or farther away. So stop blaming other people, stop feeling bad for yourself, and create that version that does not take days off, that does not complain, that does not make excuses. You are the dictator of your life. And once I understood that aspect about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, everything in my life changed. I'm telling you guys, I used to live in my car. I'm telling you guys, I used to have $10 to my name. Now I'm in Turks and Caicos, enjoying my life. It can happen so quick, and I'm not telling you I've made it whatsoever, but I'm telling you the progression of where I was a few months ago, a year ago, to the man I am today is such a big change. All because I've built myself into that version that I can be proud to see.